Y'all know what it is.
Can you talk about what influenced you to want to be a battle DJ and go down that road rather than, I'm sure that the sampling and the battling, you know, has a lot to do with where you grew up. But at the same time, it's kind of it's its own thing. Can you maybe break that down for us a little bit?
I think the short answer to your question revolves around the fact that I am one of those guys that likes to maximize their potential. So what I mean by that is, if you asked me right now to vacuum your carpet, I'm going to make sure that I get every speck, every piece of lint, every hair, every corner of that carpet. And I use that as an analogy to say, with regards to DJing, when I first learned how to perform my first scratch, for example, my brother put me on my dad's turntables and he taught me how to move the record back and forth and coax sound. But for me, when I heard other people coax sound, but better than my brother, I then wanted to figure out what those DJs were doing. So my first example of what a hip hop DJ does was watching my brother on my dad's equipment in our living room cut up 2 copies of Walk This Way by Aerosmith, nice. Right? But I was also fortunate enough to live here in New York City, where you had access to radio shows like Red Alerts, Friday Night Show, Chuck Chill Out Saturday Night Show on 98.7 KISS. Then when you move the dial over towards the right and arrived at WBLS on Friday nights and Saturday nights, you had Mr. Magic and Marley Marl. And these guys were better than my brother, more refined. They had a wider record collection. What they were doing to the records was just a notch higher than what my brother was capable of. So now I wanted to learn what these 3 DJs were doing. So my point is, just the kind of person that I am, I always want to maximize my potential and learn as much as I can about a specific thing as possible. I'm just very geeky in that way. I like to know what I'm doing, the inside and out of it, the left and the right of it, the up and the down of it, every facet of whether it's DJing or art or editing. I've been getting into editing within the last few years, and I just like to maximize my potential. So I think because of that, I never stop learning. And to this day, I get inspired to teach myself new scratches, new ways of beat juggling. Although people out there might see me as this quote unquote master DJ or someone that's accomplished, I still consider myself a student. So because of that, I just wanted to learn how to manipulate the turntable as much as I possibly could. And when it comes to battling, that's what it's all about, is technique and skill. You know, you can't just let a record play and do a blend, you know, from one song to the next in a competition. You have to really alter the music that you're playing for people as much as you can so that you could stand out and possibly win said battle that you're in. So I think my nature as a person wanting to maximize my potential made it so that it was just the natural path for me. And thankfully, I made that decision to really level up with regards to my skills, because I was able to forge a career for myself and etch my name amongst other great DJs. And I mean, the reason why we're here talking is because of what I've accomplished in my earlier years and how that's propelled me to today. So battling for me was just another way of maximizing my potential, receiving inspiration from other DJs that were just as good as me. And now I'm on the same stage with them and I need to prove myself and stand out. All that just makes you push yourself.